I thought I would at least explain how I got into this work. It's very specific. I was raised in a home where my father was a physician, he was a doctor, and he was also a biogenetic researcher at the end of his career. He sacrificed everything to get the education and get where he needed to in life, along the while his wife, my mom, sacrificed everything for us as kids. This was kind of a faith-based decision, value-based decision, that they set up this dynamic where my father was a full-time worker as a doctor and my mother stayed home with the kids. I was so perplexed and watched the dynamics between my parents. Initially, I thought it was just the norm, but as I grew up, there were some things that just didn't make sense. And so over time, my tracking and my curiosity somehow landed me in the job I have now as a currently, I'm actually a couples therapist in Arizona. And in that work as a couples therapist, I saw a disproportionate amount of a very specific type of couple that would come in. Usually there's been years of this sacrificing, resentment building. These are usually husbands and wives who are powerhouses and very well respected in their roles as they live these somewhat parallel lives, and over time this resentment builds where they are respected by other people for who they are, and then they come home and they aren't respectful or even kind to each other. The dynamics or the dance that they get into causes often one of the partners to turn out. And what I mean by that is I've seen a disproportionate amount of affairs or pornography use in a relationship where they agreed that that was not going to be part of their relationship. And then there's this betrayal. And also I see this common experience of differences in intimacy and sex and how much they want to have it and what it even means. And I see these differences in power in the way that power plays out in their relationship. For example, if the husband goes to work and is very much respected and has power in his job, he comes home to a home where the wife doesn't respect him that way, and she's the one who has power, and there's this dynamic or this struggle, this wrestle that comes up. Well, I have worked enough with this dynamic that even though there might be shifts or differences in these relationships, I have specific ways, specific pieces of information that really can help transition this into more of the relationship that these couples really want. One of connection, of respect, of friendship, of intimacy, of feeling important in their relationship, of feeling validated in themselves, of learning to validate themselves and belonging to ourselves and also belonging to another person. In other words, being in a relationship with another person and holding on to ourselves and having this special, unique coming together. I've seen it happen. And so what I started to do is develop these free just videos to give to you so that if you are someone who fits in this dynamic and would love some help, some real solutions to find connection again, you can watch some of these free videos. I also have some courses that go deeper dive and are more specific, that get some real lasting change. And then I offer some one-on-one coaching with couples to individualize that approach. And so enjoy my videos. I hope that you find them helpful. If not, pass them on to a dynamic that you think would be helpful. And really, I want to give you some hope. There are some answers that you have been seeking for that can really just shift, small shifts, and those add up into big shifts and get both of you what you really have been wanting all along.